So welcome back. We're going to be talking about how to value yourself. Uh, as discussed in the first video, we have to value, respect, and love ourselves. If we could do those three things, then we could value, respect, and love other people. So how do you value yourself? A good activity is to make a list of all the things that you value in yourself. And when you do it with intent to really identify your value. Like, it's not being selfish to know that you recognize your value. And the goal is to write everything. Be fair. Write everything why you value yourself. If it's 100 things, 300 things, 400, or even it's 10 things. So make a list of your value. Why do you value yourself? This is a good activity for you, so you can really recognize your value and really identify things that really show your value. Once you do this, then make a list of 5 people that you could ask and write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underneath each name. And then ask these 5 people why they value you. And then write down those 5 things in the list. So now you got 25 valuable things that people who know you, respect you, value you. And then now you can compare this to your list of why you are valuable. And these are your strengths. These are your strengths that you could use in the future. It's not like you're, say, taking advantage of your strengths. I'd say that you are empowering your strengths, because your strengths are your value. Like, if people say you're honest, or people think you're, nice, open, respectful, talented, go-getter, determined. These are things that are like positive traits. So when you have a list of 5 people with 5 valuable things that they identify because they know you pretty well, everyone's gonna have a different list for you because everyone's different and they value you for different things. And then what you're gonna do is gonna compare this list and see how close others get to what you put on your list, because sometimes you may look at your value as being different than what you see on the list of 5 things from 5 different people. So 25 valuable traits. And once you get these, then this is going to be the hard part. Find a few people that will tell you dislikes. What do they dislike of you? What is your weaknesses? I couldn't get this list only from my mom and another important person, because nobody wants to tell you like negative things. It's not negative, but they view it as negative. Like, they don't want to share why they dislike you and what you do wrong to maybe irritate them, frustrate them, or hurt things that they don't like. Because we all have dislikes. Like, we try to be perfect, and maybe we fight hard to be the best we can be, but there's times that we fall short, and we're just different. It's just who we are. It's our makeup, it's almost like it's our DNA. Like, this is us. This is who we are. So now that you have your dislikes and you have your your value list, then you can just really know what people think of you. Like, people at work, family members, friends, and your relationships. If you want to be brave, you could ask your kids too. Like, why do they value you as a parent? Like, as a person, they could tell you. It's just really good to know what people think of us. And it's good to know that what kind of value we have to everyone. And it's usually people that know us that can give us this value list. I just never thought of it before until I really started getting into more introspection, like personal growth, and just really, as a writer, I just started really challenging myself to really, someone challenged me to write more introspection type of captions, and that opened doors for me to understand really human interaction, like how everything works. Because as a screenwriter, as a writer, human emotion is it could be thousands of things, And once I started writing more like captions, like more creative ones, then I started to realize that you could really help a lot of people through this type of method. And I think that talking about different ways to really identify our value, to know that we have value, that we could offer a lot, and that people do respect us, and that's what ultimately will lead us to loving ourselves. And there's just a lot of value, and we have to recognize that we have a lot of value. We don't say that value is everything, but we do want to know what areas we could improve. And having our dislike list or things that we dislike. So if we make a list of our dislikes, we could be honest about our dislikes, and to really work on ways to improve certain weaknesses that we have. Some things we're not going to be able to change because it's just what we've done, and it makes us who we are. It makes us unique, and it really separates us from the rest. But if there's things like we lack confidence, or we overthink, we are late, our time management's not so good, like we procrastinate, we overthink our assignments, we don't believe that we're good enough, we self-doubt a lot, then those are areas that you want to improve. Like, you don't want to say that this is who I am. Like, I'm a person that's always late and I'm not going to fix it, or I'm not neat, I'm not organized, and I'm just not going to fix those things because that's who I am. You want to prove yourself, because those are the things that are going to hold you back in life, whether it's for your dreams or for your career, for promotions, for relationships, your family. What if somebody says, I told you, hey, could you do this for me, this errand, and you said you could do it, and then you don't do it, or you run late doing it, or they can't trust you. Those are things that you want to work on, because you want to always be that person that does those things. You want to be trusted, because that's a good trait. You want to have good integrity. You want to be reliable, dependable. So those are like the value things that people are going to recognize from you. And it's all about personal development, because the whole goal is to become the best version of ourselves. That we're always growing, evolving. If this world remained stagnant, then we would still be back in Stone Age or during the caveman time, So we want to always be growing and just really improving and doing things that will better our lives and give us a great future. Because ultimately we're living for now for our future, and our future is anything that we want it to become. If we want to find success in our future, then we do. If we want to have a family and have a kid, then we do it. We do whatever we want to do because it's our life. We could take advice from others and we could listen to their opinions and suggestions, but ultimately we have to make the final decision on how we live our life. Because our life, if we talk to more spiritual people, they'll say that we live, multiple lives, or we are going to go to heaven. Everyone has their own theory of what we're going to do after this life. And then some just say that this is it. There is no after this life. Like, this life is it. And I believe that we have spirits, we have our spirit within us, and that after this life we do move on. I don't know exactly what happens, but I do believe in God, and I do pray, but I don't go to church on a regular basis. But I do believe that when I talk to God, that if I really express my gratitude for Him, and that I ask for forgiveness for my sins, and I want the best for people, that I believe that I'm safe. So when I'm driving, that I have extra protection that I need, because I'm in a situation when I'm driving people that things could happen, dangerous things could happen. So I need that extra safety.